All right. Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. I hope you are having a great day or night, no matter where you are. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm just going to do something real quick. Sorry about it. Okay. Hello, Chris. Okay. You can't hear me? Jeez. It says it's working on my end. Hold on. I can hear you, Liz. You can? Maybe go out and come back in. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I wanted to talk about these missing Virginia kids that everybody is talking about with these ice cream trucks. Now, my daughter has said to me a couple times, Mom, you got to talk about the Virginia kids. Um, and so I started looking into it. Virginia Beach area ice cream trucks lately. Well, the thing that I find odd about it is that they're going around at night. Like I grew up in a semi decent sized city, and we never had ever had ice cream trucks at night. So I don't know if it's just in different areas, if they do things like that. So I can understand why people are like, hey, wait a minute, why are these trucks going around at night playing this music? I get it. They're creepy in general. They are. But anyway, let me pull this up. Jesus, it's been so long. I've done this in forever. Almost forgot what the heck I was doing, guys. It is weird that they're out at night. One night, this is so weird too. Me and my daughter were getting out of the car one night, and this ice cream truck was driving by. It didn't have its music on. No. But we were both getting out of the car, and I swear to God, we heard a scream. And I looked at Hannah, and Hannah I'm like, did you hear that? She's like, yeah, what was that? I'm like, I don't know. But so we both get out of the car, and then this ice cream truck drives by. I was like, maybe we're hearing things. Like maybe, you know, you just never know. It could have been anything in the neighborhood, but it was weird. And then when the ice cream trucks got brought up recently in Virginia, I was like, wait a minute, that is weird. But the cops have come out, and the police and everybody has come out and said, listen, it's not legit. Like, we have no ties to this. These kids, there's no ties between the ice cream trucks and um the missing kids. Dozens of kids have gone missing in Virginia over just a few days, but police say the number is below average, which is crazy to me because they say their weekly average is 98 missing. And that week there was only 88 missing. Virginia State Police have been compelled to address several social media posts raising alarm about missing children across the state. Virginia State Police is not, quote, Virginia State Police is not investigating any reports of mass abductions in Virginia, nor is there evidence of mass abductions occurring in Virginia. According to VSP data, last week there were 88 children reported missing to the Virginia Missing Children's Clearinghouse. This is below the 2025 weekly average of missing children in Virginia, which stands at 98 kids. Now, state police said most missing children are runaways, and most of them return shortly after being reported missing. Now, that's where I think a lot of things happen in these missing children's cases. Is because I think a lot of them get labeled as runaways that aren't necessarily the case. Yes, a lot of kids run away. Yes, a lot of kids sneak out. A lot of kids get mad at their parents. A lot of kids run away. But there's some that get labeled as runaways that make you wonder, did they really run away? Or, is there just not enough resources for these cops to look at these cases? You know what I mean? Okay. However, there have been times and there have been certain things that you learn about corruption in the system, and it makes you wonder, are they telling it, are they saying it's not connected? Are they trying not to panic people? Are they trying not to push fear, right? So you don't know. Since January, 3,274 children have been reported missing in the clearinghouse as of Wednesday. 141 are still missing. State police explained that Virginia reports more missing children than other states on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Kids because it forwards every missing child case instead of many other clearinghouses that only post their cases on their own websites. You know what I mean? So they share it with everybody. So the cops, the centers, these centers are saying, listen, there's no ties to it. It's not a thing. But I don't know. I mean, that's what they're telling us. Okay. Obviously, if I hear more on it, we'll go from there. So I want to talk a little bit more about 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, who was reported missing by his mother, who claims that she got knocked out while changing him in a parking lot and woke up, her baby was gone. All kinds of things have come out. The mom has stopped cooperating with police. The dad has a lawyer. The father of whom, the father of the child, somebody who should never have been allowed back around a child after what he did to his 10-week-old daughter back in 2018. How he did not get attempted murder for that is beyond me. How he is not sitting in a jail cell right now is beyond me. It's absolutely crazy. All right, so let's look at some of this stuff here. So this is baby Emmanuel, who is missing. This is his sister. She only has 3% of her brain function left. It is unbelievable that this guy was allowed to walk free and do this again to a child. It should have been attempted murder. I 100% agree. It is sad what he did to her and they made him he got 180 days in jail, and they made him take a child abuse class. That's it. That's all he had to do. For taking the quality of life from a child that she should have had. And now this one's missing. It's absolutely crazy to me. And I know there's a lot of people out there that think that the mother is an abused woman. She's got the black eye. He gave her the black eye. They think she's scared. She can't say anything and she is abused. And that very well may be the case. I'm not bashing. That very well may be the case. However, she's the one who fabricated this. Even if he is the one who came up with the story, she's the one who put it out into the public. She's the one who allowed basically this narrative to be pushed through. Now, let's go over here. Police may have found baby clothes in a dumpster, according to local reports. Sheriff deputies searched a dumpster located approximately a quarter mile from the Haro home in Cabazon, where 7-month-old baby Emmanuel was last seen before being reported kidnapped at the Big Five store.
All right, guys, so we are down here on Ramona Street right now. I'm down here with Gino with Fox 11, and then we have Court TV is here as well. We did get an update just a while ago, guys. The police came out to this location right here and searched this dumpster, found some leads, guys, and they also found some baby clothes that possibly may be linked to the missing Emmanuel.
To be clear, it has not been confirmed yet that those clothes belong to the baby. It's right down the road.
It's not confirmed yet. The police department kind of went hush-hush on the matter, so they're not releasing anything at this time. But we did have cameras that are over here on this house. We tried to go through the footage, but the lady does not remember the password, so she's not able to pull any of the information up. But this dumpster looks like it's just been recently dumped, probably today. And all we see is just a bag of trash and some gummy, crazy looking panties from somebody, not related to the situation, guys. But we do know that the sheriff's department did come down here around 10:30 last night. They were here for a while. They were tearing this dumpster apart, and they did get some leads. And they did have sightings of some baby clothes that possibly may be linked to Emmanuel. So they're doing their investigation on that right now, and then we're going to roll up to the house in just a second. Take care.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy that these people even had this baby. NH, thank you so much for the super sticker. Greatly appreciated. All right. New reports, video evidence. Surveillance reviewed from the night in question reportedly shows no one ever approached the vehicle, contradicting Rebecca Haro's claim that she was attacked and Emmanuel Haro was kidnapped, which honestly we all saw coming.
Constituents here waving hello. Everybody say hi to them. So Rebecca doesn't know that Marlene's jewelry, the jewelry store directly adjacent to Big Five, has a nice big clear viewing of her direction at the time of when she says the baby was abducted on the tira. And so we have first-hand accounts that there is video footage that absolutely nobody approached that vehicle. Nobody approached that vehicle. But that's not for me to decide. That's for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department to decipher. And right when FNN jumped on the case, all of a sudden the lawyers have now entered the chat. Another thing, Bro, this establishment that I have, there's 30 other establishments on the tira. The Waterman Discount Mall has entered the chat.
So there was a camera at a store that showed where her vehicle was in the parking lot where she claimed that her son was kidnapped. And it's apparently clear that that is not what happened. So, I mean, to be fair, her story was, you could tell, was just complete BS right from the beginning. It's crazy, though. I can't believe that he was charged with cruelty to a child, endangering the welfare of a child, and there was something else. I can't think of what it was, but that was in 2018. He did 180 days in jail. He had to do a child abuse class, I guess, and he was then allowed to be in the home of a 7-month-old, of a baby, of any baby. He should not have been out on the streets. He should not have been free, and he should definitely not have been allowed in the house. And there is no way his wife, Emmanuel's mother, did not know his past. There's just no way. And she allowed this man around her son. That is crazy to me. Now, here's a picture of the baby when he was younger. He does look very, very different. It does look like he has some type of traumatic injury to go from this to this right here. Like something clearly happened. The only thing I don't understand was, was he up to date on his like, did he go to his regular doctor checkups? Was he up to date on, things like that? Because how does this go unnoticed? How does this go and just be allowed to happen? It's crazy. He beat a 10-week-old baby, his 10-week-old daughter. He beat her to the point that she is 3% brain functionality. And she's going to spend the rest of her life in a wheelchair, barely being able to function. And now another baby is missing, and he's got this crackerjack attorney who wants to stand out there and defend this guy. Like, it makes zero sense to me. 0 cents. Like, something clearly went wrong there. This is his daughter in the hospital after he beat her. This is his daughter today. The baby is missing, and the other child that was in the home has been removed. But why this man, after causing this right here, why this man was allowed to walk free, and why he was allowed to be in the home of another child is batshit crazy to me. He should be in prison for the rest of his life. Because if this hadn't been a baby, if he'd have beat some man outside of a bar and the man ended up in a wheelchair, he would have been charged with attempted murder. He would be in prison. So explain to me why he got off so easily with a slap on the wrist for doing this to his own baby girl. It is crazy. We are receiving information that Emmanuel was not even reported to have been seen at the football game. The mother alleged they were all at as an eyewitness report that the mother's apparent bruise acquired during the attack at the Big Five was in fact acquired previous to the incident. We are awaiting further confirmation from law enforcement. All of these, coupled with our previous notes, have led to our decision. Yeah, he did look colorless in that. Yes, you're right. Now, info on Jake Haro, the father, and Vanessa Avino's daughter that was severely beaten in 2018. On October 18th, 2018, Jake Haro and Vanessa Avina's 10-week-old daughter was admitted to Hemet Valley Hospital after she was severely beaten. She barely survived. I was contacted by Avina's cousin who adopted her and has taken care of her every day since the brutal attack. Promise Faith, formerly Carolina Rose, turned 7 on July 31st. As a result of what was done to Promise, she has to breathe using a tracheostomy tube, needing frequent suctioning so she doesn't suffocate on her own. She is blind. She cannot walk. She cannot talk. She only has 3% of brain function left and is 100% dependent on all cares. In addition to adopting their daughter, the cousin and her husband also adopted Jake and Vanessa's son, Carlos, formerly Jake Mitchell Haro II. Carlos, who was 8 years old, was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Oh my gosh. Vanessa received numerous DUIs while pregnant with Promise, but miraculously, she was born healthy. All of her ailments began after she was beaten and abused. Like, is that not the craziest thing? I mean, is that not insane to you? That is so crazy. Like, wow. Wow. All right. Now, this section, this is coming from Who, What, When, Where channel on YouTube. So let's check this news stuff out.
There are,
for God's sakes,
several new developments in the search for this missing baby boy. Now, his mother first told deputies that she was attacked and that her baby was kidnapped from a parking lot in Yucaipa. But now investigators say she's not been able to keep her story straight. NBC4's Lauren Coronado was live in our newsroom with how deputies are responding this morning.
Lynette, a spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, tells us the couple's 2-year-old was taken by Riverside Child Protective Services over the weekend. And just last night, detectives were at the family's home in Cabazon. This was just after 7 o'clock last night. Witnesses say they saw detectives talking with the missing baby's father right outside the home. Also last night, as the search continues for 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, community members came together for a vigil demanding answers. This was at Big Five Sporting Goods in Yucaipa, where Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca Haro, says she was attacked in the parking lot Thursday, knocked unconscious, and woke up to find baby Emmanuel missing. Our team spoke with Rebecca Friday.
I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
Rebecca has not spoken publicly since, and apparently she's not saying much to detectives either. A spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says last week detectives confronted Rebecca with inconsistencies to her initial statement, and she declined to continue with an interview. Now, a national children's advocacy and violence prevention group says it's calling off its search for the baby and pulling its reward offer. This after Rebecca's story began changing and after Emmanuel's 2-year-old sister was removed again from the Haro home by CPS. Of course, if you have any information about where the baby is, or if you saw something at Big 5 in Yucaipa last Thursday, police want to hear from you.
Now, their property was searched with cadaver dogs. They, as far as we know, they hadn't found anything, but they did call off further search efforts. So it does kind of make you wonder if they had found something that, you know, is leading them somewhere, that they're waiting on forensic, you know, certification that they found what they found. It's heartbreaking.
You. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Coronado for Today in LA.
Details in a story about a missing 7-month-old baby that has garnered national attention. An organization announcing they are pulling their search teams and reward offer for information leading to the missing baby. This as investigators cast doubt on the mother's story. Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez is live in Yucaipa with this major twist in this case. Leticia.
Well, as you can imagine, there's still a lot more questions and answers at this point, and that comes especially after the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department tell us that the parents of Emmanuel Haro stopped cooperating with their investigation. That lack of cooperation also ended the search efforts by the Uvalde Kids Foundation, which had offered a $5,000 reward, saying that those inconsistencies and the fact that the parents are no longer cooperating has them questioning what is going on in this case. In the meantime, the Sheriff's Department tells us they are continuing to search for that 7-month-old baby.
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
It's been 4 days since 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro was reported missing by his mother. Over the weekend, detectives searched his family's Cabazon home with canine units. This morning, that house was quiet, deserted. But outside, cars slowed down. Neighbors stopped by, hoping for answers.
It broke my heart to have my little baby, and I love her so much, and I can't even imagine like losing my child or anything happening to them.
It's just shocking. I want that baby found.
It all started Thursday evening when Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca Haro, said she was attacked while changing her son's diaper in a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember.
But on Saturday, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department said the story Haro told detectives had inconsistencies. And when confronted about it, she ended the interview. They also said they can't rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. A day earlier, she made this emotional plea to Eyewitness News.
Just give him back to me again, please. Don't harm my son.
Since then, there's been silence from Rebecca and her husband, Jacob, who, according to Riverside County records, pled guilty to willful cruelty to a child following a 2018 arrest. Now, the couple has retained their own attorneys. I spoke with Jake Haro's attorney earlier today, and he tells me that
Isn't that in itself just completely mind-boggling to you? Willful criminal abuse on a child, and yet he was free to go out there and abuse more children. He was free to be in the same home as kids. It's crazy to me. Like, our system is so ass backwards when it comes to things like this.
his client does intend to make a statement. He does want to clear the air about his 2018 conviction. Reporting live in Yucaipa, Leticia Juarez, ABC 7 Eyewitness.
Now, for the very first time, we are hearing from the attorney representing the father of a baby who vanished from Yucaipa.
Authorities say the child's parents have stopped cooperating with investigators, and Mario Ramirez is live with the latest developments there. Mario.
This morning, I spoke exclusively with the attorney for Emmanuel's father, who tells a different story, saying the couple's been working with investigators, turning over phones, laptops, and passwords, all connected to the desperate search of their baby, who's been missing for nearly a week now.
I mean, if you have to get a warrant, if the police have to serve you with a warrant for you to give up your phones It's not really cooperation, is it? I mean, innocent people would be, here, take it, hand it over.
Seem law enforcement is doing anything to find this child.
That message from the attorney representing Emmanuel's father.
He's holed up in his house with his family because they are not getting the support that they need. They have people trampling on their property. They have death threats being made.
The 7-month-old was reported missing by his mother, allegedly kidnapped on Thursday of last week in a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa.
Someone said hola to me, and that's all I remember. I woke up on this floor, panicking for my son because I couldn't find him. I looked around the truck. If you see anything or hear anything, please come forward.
It actually looks like she's got an old black eye here. But obviously this one, they've now said, people and witnesses have come forward saying, listen, she's trying to say she got this bruise during the attack, that somebody knocked her out and just kidnapped her baby in the middle of the parking lot. But witnesses have come forward and said, listen, she had that before this whole thing even happened. So
I'm begging you, please bring my son back to me.
Detectives now say Rebecca's initial story has inconsistencies, and when confronted, say she ended her interview, adding that Emmanuel's parents have stopped cooperating with the investigation. The father's attorney tells me that couldn't be farther from the truth.
I can tell you that Jake and his wife have not slept. They have not ate. They are doing everything in their power to try to find their son. The major concern at this point is, how do you find your son when law enforcement has your vehicle? Law enforcement has every way that you can contact the outside world. How do they participate in the search? They're limited financial means, and it's very clear that their own community is going against them without any definitive evidence that they did anything wrong.
Court records show Jake pled guilty to child cruelty charges in a separate 2018 case out of Riverside County. He's currently on probation for those charges after he was convicted and jailed in 2023.
He is currently on probation for that case. He did not serve 4 years in state prison as being reported. He reached that deal through a plea agreement, so he did plead guilty. He acknowledged his role in that situation, and there was more than one person convicted.
he pled guilty to beating his daughter, and he's still free. I can't wrap my head around these things. Like, it is so crazy to me. I just don't know how this is allowed to happen at the expense of innocent.
None of that has been relayed through the media whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm an AI, but I'm
It is so nuts.
here to talk apps. Real apps you can build in minutes with Base 44.
And
this finance app.
But the mother is no better, in my opinion. Emmanuel's mother is no better. Because even if she had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to her son, and he did, and she made up this whole story, made up this whole ridiculous circus to protect him, then she is no better. And I do not feel sorry for her. Because her job is to protect that baby, not to protect his father.
Hughes tells me the family received a tip over the weekend, a possible sighting of baby Emmanuel out of Bakersfield, and claims that law enforcement hasn't followed up on it. Well, I checked this morning with sheriff's officials here in San Bernardino who say detectives have been made aware of that tip but won't comment any further, saying the investigation is ongoing.
So I guess we're all just going to have to wait and see. It is insane. All right, you guys, I am going to end this one here. I hope to be back with you guys tomorrow. I will try, but I'll definitely get a video out if I can't go live. Exactly. Where's Sebastian? Jaden Spicer was found. His mother and stepfather are in jail, right where they need to be. When is it Chris and Katie's turn? All right, let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light, and I will see you all next time.